You guys, I am doing a DIY on how to make a leather purse. This is the material that I'm using. Since it was in storage for a while, it did get a little creased, so I am going to iron it out or press out those wrinkles. Okay, you guys, I did press out majority of the wrinkles. There are a couple that I could not get out. But all in all, I'm happy because this is the space that I'm going to be using right here. I did get a little water right there from the iron, but it'll be okay. Alright, you guys, I did go ahead and cut out the pieces that I am going to be using. They're scrap pieces. This and this are equal. They are the exact same size. This has the base that matches this. If you can see, it lines up on each side. I did cut it shorter because this is going to be the overall flat piece. And it goes, you see, I didn't want it to go all the way down. I was going to do a triangle, but then I was like, I've already done too many of those. But for this project, what I figured out is that if your bag gets wet, it does make the cardboard soft, and nobody really wants that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap my cardboard pieces in plastic wrap, and then I'm gonna put the iron to it so that it presses onto the cardboard material, giving it a seal so that if it gets wet, it'll still stay in place. Okay, you guys, this is what it looks like once I wrapped it with the plastic wrap, before I apply heat. You see, I did reline them up just to see how it looked. Okay, you guys, that really didn't work out well. I don't think I really thought that part through. When I hit it with the heat, it started to melt the plastic. I don't think heat really needs to be applied to it. As long as you do it as tight as you can, I think it should be fine. This is after I cut out the piece of fabric that I am going to use. I did mark where the cardboard pieces go, so once I flip them over, glue them, I know where to put them back. This is when I applied the first amount of glue to the cardboard. I did use this to spread it out, make it even. I did use fabric glue as well as school glue for an extra adhesive, because sometimes fabric glue doesn't hold it as good as I need it to, but it's mainly just to make it stay in place. So once I put the felt or fleece material on top of this, it just holds it in place so that I can super glue everything. I mean, not super glue, hot glue gun everything in place. Alright, all of my pieces are glued down. I am pressing them just to make sure that the glue sticks to the fabric, but this is what you should have once you glue everything down. It should look like this. So what I am going to do next is I'm going to measure and cut out my fleece material for the inside lining. I'm just going to cut it a little, well, mainly to fit this part, because this part goes over that. So I'm going to cut it, the fleece material, about like right there, so that I can put that over. This is what it should look like once you finish cutting out your inner lining material. As you can see, I haven't glued it down yet, but I am in the process. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put hot glue on there, and then I'm going to work my way down, but as I work down, I'm going to put the material over what I hot glued. As you can see, I did go ahead and do the top portion. So this part is already glued. I'm just going to work my way down and eventually cover to the end. And I do need to mention that you do need to watch how you spaced your pieces, or your purse or clutch will not close correctly. It'll have a stiff close to it or a stiff open, or be bulky. So I would suggest leaving a good bit of space. Like this one, if you would have did it any closer, it wouldn't be able to do like this. It'll be more stiff because there's less space. Also, to not waste material, not a lot of hot glue is needed. I normally just go down the sides here, go across here, maybe put a couple dabs in between, because this material does hold well, and as I stated, it's the inner piece, so you're still going to have to hot glue that around. So I would say to not use that much hot glue unless you just have extra. This portion is now glued down. As you can see, I can flip it. I do have to put a little extra glue like around this portion, but I'm not really tripping on that part. But do you see where I did state this is why I use extra adhesive? Because it's not really sticking to this material, but I just needed it to stay in place with the fabric glue and the school glue until I can hot glue this portion around. Once that's hot glued around, everything else will be fine. At this point, you can go ahead and try to trim this up as even as possible around the edges, so that when you fold, it gives a cleaner fold. You can also clean this up, make it a little bit straighter, so once you fold it over, it kind of goes in a straight line to give it more more design or more professional look. Alright, this is what I have so far. This is the bottom of the purse. As you can see, I did try to flip it over, but it wasn't a straight line, so I did have to struggle a little bit. On this portion, what I do is I put the hot glue here, so then when I lift this bottom piece up and fold it over, I can just kind of press it because the hot glue is really hot. Okay, and for the end pieces, I did fold them. That's why I started at the bottom first, so that once I get to this portion, it's easy to just fold over and glue it down, and then I'm working on this portion now. Okay, as you can see, this side is glued down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this side and I'm going to do the top last. Okay, you guys, I did go ahead and hot glue all of my sides down. You can go back in and, you know, try to clean up the hot glue pieces and everything. But this is what it's going to look like. This is going to be that part. This is going to be that part. And it is a little bulky. I probably didn't leave enough space in between. I'm going to put a closure anyway. So this is what it's going to look like. I may add some, like a closure piece and some other things. Alright, and for the side walls, I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Okay, so with the same material I used to create the inside, I cut these out. As you can see, they're not very big. If you fold them over, they look like this. And what we are going to do is we are going to attach it right here. And then you hot glue that part down to this material. And then when you do that and let that dry for a second, you go back in, put hot glue here, and then fold this side up. Make sure you go all the way to the bottom crease right there. It may stick out a little bit, but that is perfectly fine. Okay, you guys, I did just glue mine down. I do have to advise to not go further than your second cardboard piece, because it's going to go into the fold of the top of the purse. So if you need to trim down your square, trim it down to match the cardboard box border. So then you just flip it in like so. You can do it on, I do mines together so that it's just less time consuming. So I fold them like this, and then I put hot glue here, and I fold this portion up, and boom, I go on. Well, fold that up like that. Once you glue that second half down to this piece, you give it a little press, because you may have to move it up a little bit just to make sure it's positioned correctly, but you will give it a press, and then this is what you'll have. And then all you do for this is just push in the side walls. Make sure they're good. And this is why I said go all the way to the bottom, because once you push in the side walls, it's going to make sure your change stays in there. Like, it'll be like a very small opening right there, but this is basically what you have. This is how wide your purse will open. Okay, you guys, I did make my side walls a little too big, because as you can see, it's bulking out the top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that piece off, and then I'm going to see what we have from there. Okay, you guys, so what I did to fix the issue, I did cut some off of this piece right here because it was showing over my line. And then I did also put a little hot glue in there and bunched it up a little bit, just so it'd be more secure and wouldn't hang out the side of my purse. All in all, I'm happy. This is my first time making a leather one, and I do have to advise that I didn't measure anything. I just kind of eyeballed it. As you can see, it is still a little piece right there. It's not much on this side, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this side just a little bit more, and then what we have from there is this. It's not the best leather purse, but for you to just make it yourself is pretty awesome. Okay, I did put two of these together. These are Velcro closures, is what I call them, if you can see. I stuck them together like this. So what I'm going to do is it has a sticky back, but I'm still going to hot glue it down. And I'm going to put it somewhere there, and then once I hot glue this part down, I'm going to put some hot glue on the other side, and then I'm going to close it. And once I close it, it's going to hot glue stick to this part, and then we are done. Okay, I did go ahead and super glue those two pieces down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some super glue here, and then I'm going to close my purse. Alright, and here's the end result. See, it's right there. Got one right here. And this is the inside. And as I said, this is my first time doing a leather clutch purse. There are some things I would do differently. As I did state, I didn't measure anything. I just kind of freestyled it because I make a lot of these, so I kind of just make them just to make them now because I think they're cute and this gives me something to do. But I may add a little closure piece right here just so I give it some style, but it is a little bulky, as you can see. So I think I should have spaced it out more in between those cardboard pieces. But all in all, I am happy. It's just a little on-the-go clutch when I don't want to take my big purse. And I like it. If you guys make one or want more tips on how to make one or want me to do another video, please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for viewing and have a wonderful day. Until next time, peace, love, and all that other stuff.